I'm doing very well. I'm doing a lot better than I thought I would coming off the show. So any opportunity that I have is really great. And All Stars 3 has not been casted yet. So.
You're right. And all of the Nancy Drews on Reddit, honey, are telling us that there are gaps in everyone's schedule, honey. And the Nancy Drews, they are looking and they are seeing gaps. So maybe, maybe this summer is your moment to return.
I'm just telling all the kids to write letters to World of Wonder. Like, you remember the movie White Chicks? So they're like, I am a woman in America, and I'm going to write a letter.
Yes.
I'm going to write a letter.
Lady Writer, maybe we should try that for you. Just have a letter writing campaign to get on Drag Race.
Girl, please. I done wrote letters, sent videos, cussed people out, fucked people, gave people some dick in the back alley, and came in some nasty mouths.
It still hasn't worked, but we're still trying.
And that was just a casual Tuesday.
Right, and that was just one night. So Drag Race must have been amazing and also
terrifying,
and then scary because you got off pretty quickly, and then you don't know what the reaction's gonna be. Tell me all about that.
So I've been a fan of the show, and I got on, and I know what I'm like good at, and I know that what I'm not really like a stand-up comedian or a singer or like things like that, and like I know how the show works. So I was like, you know what? If I get on, I get on. If I don't, I don't. I might as well try.
Was that your first time trying?
It was my third try.
It was my third
try. So I got on, I was a fan of the show, and I have all these preconceived notions about the show, and I've never done any sort of production for any TV show, any play, like really anything.
Okay.
So when you don't think of all the little like anecdotes of the show they add in afterwards, like the little sound effects and little things like that, when you get there and it's all like stop, record, and we're like, none of that's happening, it's like, this is kind of weird. This is kind of odd. It was, and all the girls our season are so great, but they all have like very loud personalities.
Yeah.
And that was, I'm never that kind of great. I'm very much like I'm like a crossbreed between like Daria and Blanche Devereaux.
Okay, I like that
So, like,
combo though.
Very dry, like very like not always the loudest.
Yeah, so that's not easy, especially that season was a lot of noise.
There's a lot of personality, a lot of loud, like, especially like between Bob Thorgy and Acid. It was like,
honey.
Oh, shit. And I'm also like the size of all of their legs.
Right. So. You're like, hi guys, hey, it's me, Laila. Hi.
You guys dropped this. So I got on, and like I had all these preconceived notions, and I didn't really do very well. And I got back, and I was like horrifyingly depressed for like months. And I was like, everyone's gonna hate me. This is either like the best decision or the worst decision or the worst thing I could have done. I was like very scared of what was gonna happen, and like to the point where I was like making up things in my head. And then when I saw like everything happened, I was like, okay, that wasn't as bad as it could have been, but I was very floored. Like, I was very surprised as many people liked me as they did.
Yeah, you've gotten a lot of love. Actually, one of your questions from Reddit is, one of the reasons why do you feel that you got so much love when a lot of times eliminated queens are quickly tossed away and forgotten?
I don't know. I don't know if I just, like, lucked out. I mean, I'm not a bad performer. I look cool. When I got on the show, I wasn't mean or stupid. I was I was honestly just nervous and scared.
Yeah.
And I think, I'm not gonna blame things on the edit or anything like that. Like, I didn't get a bad edit.
No.
I didn't say anything bad to get a bad edit.
Right.
I was just nervous and scared of a new situation.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people realized that and like saw my social media. And then the premiere tours we did, I took every opportunity I had before the show happened. I was like, I'm gonna look good. I'm gonna do a killer performance to make these people be like, oh, wait, actually, maybe I will check her out. Oh, maybe she's not like a door. Maybe she's not just trying to be Sharon Needles.
Right.
It's like, I had like people say that to me in like the Austin premiere. I did like a wig reveal, and I like throw myself to the floor, and it's like everything flies off
I
me.
love a Laila McQueen flail. I mean, you flail better than anybody else, honey.
I haven't managed to pay my rent with it.
Yes, you have.
But people saw that, and they're like, oh, okay. All right, she's not so bad. I'm going to check her out. And I'm always nice to everyone I meet. I love meeting the fans. I take advantage of every opportunity I'm given. and made the most of it, and also was just kind of lucky.
Mm-hmm. And people think you're cute as a boy.
Yeah, that
and
definitely
they heard
helps.
that you were the horniest one in your cast. And I think all the thirsty race chasers have found you like a dream. You were their dream man.
I definitely have a boyfriend in every city.
Yeah. Yes, you do. The thirst quenchingest of them all. Before we get to your thirst quenching, though, let's talk about that moment for the double elimination, honey.
Yeah.
The thing that, the most scary thing, even scarier than going home first, is doing it, getting through it, and then being double eliminated. What was going through your mind as it was happening?
I love it. I love going to clubs when people come up to me and they're so sweet and they're like, "Oh my God, I'm so angry. Like I was so mad that you got sent home with Dax. I'm so mad it was a double elimination." I'm like, believe it or not, I wasn't really thrilled about it either.
Yeah.
I was very nervous. I still haven't watched that lip sync.
Really?
I was doing a viewing party in Chicago, and Tranica Rex was also doing a viewing party, so she had to dip out to go to her show after Drag Race ended, and so she goes up to my boyfriend. She's like, "Oh, can you tell Layla I have to go?" And he's like, "No, you can. She'll come down and say bye to you now." So I was like, "Oh, I'm just gonna dip out for 1 second."
Just
and then
a
I
minute.
came back right as it was like ending. I was there. I was there and I knew what happened. I don't need to see it again.
You lived it.
It was amazing, but it was like, well, shit, what can I do? I was in the bottom twice. That's why I was so like nervous at how I was going to come across to everyone, because I was like, I was in the bottom twice. For every episode I was on, I was like up for elimination. I'm like, okay, wow, this sucks.
Yeah.
It's like actually really isn't fun.
No, that's not fun at all. What was it about that song? Do you like "I Will Survive" seems like such a easy one, like a softball, but then maybe that's not really your aesthetic, though.
I will say, like, okay, so before I got on Drag Race, I never wore dresses, I never wore gowns. So I was like, my friend was like, "Here, I have this," and I was like, "Ooh, it's sequins. It's gotta be beautiful." Not thinking about shapes or silhouettes or like.
Right.
I've learned the thing about Drag Race is like you get on and you're in the public eye, so you're kind of forced to like either like you stay really static or you accelerate your drag a shit ton. So I didn't know as much about myself and my body as I did when I was on, like now, than when I was on the show. And so I was like, "Ooh, I'm wearing this pretty dress and it's gotta be great, and I know the words to this song," but
Right.
I was just like nervous.
Yeah.
Very, very nervous. And I was like, okay, so like in the What You Packin', I don't know if they showed it or not, but Michelle was like, "Well, you know, everything happens for a reason." I'm like, "Yeah, it's totally fine. At least I made it on the show." She's like, "Yeah, you guys just weren't really gay enough." I'm like, I'm sorry. We're on a national television show and I'm dressed as a woman parading around. I would love to argue this. I'm not being gay enough right now. But it's not in my repertoire. It's not like I do Marilyn Manson Queen. So like when I'm having a panic attack in a fucking dress that looks like shit on me and already standing in heels for like 4 hours on the runway being told that you look kind of like crap right now.
Right,
and then to do the song,
down, yeah.
I'm like, oh my God, like the whole number was an anxiety attack.
Oh, honey.
God damn. See, this is what happens. So I never wear nice hair. It keeps getting in my mouth.
It still looks sexy, though. It looks
I do
good.
like things in my mouth, though, so I probably shouldn't
Yes,
complain.
you do. Now, did they make you stand up on a box next to Dax? Tell me about that.
My heels hurt, so I kicked them off during the lip sync, and at least I kept my hair on. But
Yes, we all know it's a very bad move to take your hair off, unless there's another hair underneath.
I kicked the shoes off, and then the lip sync ended. And I was like, okay, we're like about to be eliminated. I'm like, can I Not that I knew, but that's just we're about to get. They were about to tell us the verdict, and I was like, "Can I please have my heels back so I don't look like crap?" They're like, "No, for like consistency reasons, we're just gonna keep them." I was like, "Oh, that sucks." But I'm like, "Okay, so now I'm the same height as Dax when I went up to her hip earlier." I was like, just standing on. I was literally like this to this, like untucked, like the beginning when we're both walking. It's like, and then now we have the interview. This is funny. That's good. They did make me stand on a box.